The development of DCUSA, the district's largest retail complex, is a story about more than just another economic development project. It is about the evolution of people, a place, and a neighborhood known as Columbia Heights. With nearly 250,000 people living within a 3-mile radius, Columbia Heights is one of the district's most diverse communities. At one time, Columbia Heights was nicknamed the city within a city because of its multicultural population. Perhaps now a better name would be the world within a neighborhood. Since the late 18th century, Columbia Heights has been a neighborhood known for dramatic transformations. One of the first suburbs to develop outside of Washington's original borders after the Civil War, Columbia Heights development was aided in the 1890s by the 14th Street electric streetcar line, which provided easy transportation to downtown D.C. Throughout the next century, Columbia Heights developed into a bustling neighborhood of luxury apartments, mansions, and the elite Jockey Club racetrack. The circular mile-long track was centered approximately where 14th and Irving Streets is today, site of DCUSA. In the early 1900s, Columbia Heights was populated by some of Washington's wealthiest and most influential people, including author Sinclair Lewis and Supreme Court justices like Marshall Harlan. In 1924, Columbia Heights would change again. One of Washington's grandest movie palaces would make its appearance on 14th Street. The ornate Tivoli Theater helped transform the neighborhood itself by stimulating economic development. Anchored by the Tivoli, Columbia Heights soon became one of the largest retail districts in Washington. By the early 30s, 14th Street was a vibrant mix of immigrants of varying nationalities, many of whom ran small businesses on 14th Street. By the late 1950s, Columbia Heights was a neighborhood undergoing change. Whites were leaving the city for the suburbs, and by the mid-1960s, it was a predominantly African-American neighborhood. With stores spread all along 14th Street and Columbia Heights, the area would become known as Black Washington's downtown. It would flourish for almost 2 decades. But all of that changed abruptly in 1968. Racial tensions reached a boiling point following the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King. Riots broke out in Washington, and hundreds of storefronts all along 14th Street were burned and vandalized.
Well, 14th Street used to be a major commercial center, but the riots in '68 demolished a lot of the buildings. They were burned, they were deteriorating, and the government came in and tore most of the housing and their businesses down. So what was here was a Woolworths, a waffle shop, and the rest was just bare ground.
After decades of stagnation, Columbia Heights began to rise once again with the opening of the Columbia Heights Metro Station in 1999 and the changes it would spur.
Once it was known that there was going to be a metro station right here, the neighborhood began to question, what is our vision for these empty lots that had been empty for decades? And from that vision came what we see today, including this major commercial center behind me.
The new metro station connected Columbia Heights to the rest of the city once again. Along with new developments established by private and government developers, the metro attracted new residents to the neighborhood. A host of developments spurred Columbia Heights' resurgence. But the greatest of the redevelopments was yet to come. DCUSA, the largest retail complex in the district's history.
And this is another major accomplishment in our efforts to bring economic development and retail, not just to downtown.
We're the neighborhood community development organization revitalizing Columbia Heights. We're involved because we recruited Grid Properties to come and compete for the development of this site. And so we're the community partner to Grid Properties and part owner of this project.
After a well-vetted process, the district selected the development team of Grid Properties, Gotham Organization, Joseph Searles, and the Development Corporation of Columbia Heights to redevelop the 5-acre site.
When this project was first envisioned, there were nothing but empty lots. And now when you look around, there are a tremendous number of housing units have been developed around, and you see that across the street on the ground level of all these projects, there is exciting retail that has already opened up and evolved just with the announcement and the construction of DCUSA.
A unique public-private financing was created with a conventional construction loan from Citibank's tax-exempt bonds issued by the district and equity investment from the developers. Then the developers hired Bauer Lewis Thrower Architects to design a complex that honors the pedestrian-oriented neighborhood, and Clark Construction to bring the project to fruition.
We love projects where everyone else has written off the neighborhood. We think it's great to come in and say, all these people live here. They deserve the same goods and services that everyone else has. And this project is about doing that.
Rising like a phoenix from the ashes, the final construction of DCUSA promises a 546,000 square foot shopping destination. Anchored by Target, the $149.5 million pedestrian-oriented retail complex includes Bed Bath & Beyond, Best Buy, Staples, Marshalls, Washington Sports Club, and other specialty retailers such as Canada Express, Quiznos, Lane Bryant, Radio Shack, Maggie Moo's Ice Cream, and more.
So here you have a Target that is able to come and put their first store in Washington, D.C., and it's a 2-level facility that is 180,000 square feet. You're able to also put a Bed Bath & Beyond, a Best Buy, Washington Sports Club, Marshalls, Staples. We're able to bring the kind of large category tenants to an urban setting also. And we're able to do it without this being a mall.
They are both the catalyst and the capstone to an unprecedented economic resurgence here in Columbia Heights, where nearly $1 billion worth of new housing, retail, and office space has moved through the development pipeline since 2001. The tax revenue that will come into the project will be a part of how we do business in this city for years to come.
The other thing is jobs. Just this one project is 1,500 jobs. Young people, middle-aged people, older people can have a source of income, and we need it as the economy continues to rise, and we need more dollars.
DCUSA is projected to generate approximately $12 million in annual tax revenue for the district.
With this major piece, this huge retail center, which is contributing so much to the prosperity of this neighborhood and this city, we're going to be reaching new heights in Columbia Heights.
We've actually seen this community elevate over and over, just to higher levels. All the wonderful new stores here, I mean, even our new CVS, the subway, it's just high energy.
Columbia Heights is the place to be. And if you're not here, you're nowhere. So come to Columbia Heights and you can have all your needs met.
Columbia Heights is now reaching new heights. It is poised to be the shopping, dining, and entertainment destination for all of Washington, the region, and beyond.